over to the pastor. And the pastor's job is to help you maintain the level that the evangelist has brought you to. It's like taking an individual to a tutor who's not getting a particular subject. You take them to the tutor brings them up to a certain level, then they go back to their teacher, and the teacher, it's up to the teacher to maintain where they are. Okay. But if you notice in the fivefold ministry, pastor, teacher, it says pastor and teacher. It's the only one that's connected by the conjunction and, which means there's a rule of interpretation, of interpreting the scripture that's called the Graham-Sharp's rule of interpretation. And what it basically says is this, is when you see two things linked together by the conjunction and, it means in order to be one, you have to be the other. So in order to be an effective pastor, you must be a teacher. You see? If a pastor can be a great preacher, but if you're not a good teacher, because to be a pastor you have to give a lot of instruction. You know, whether you stand and you literally teach here, you can preach all you want here, that's fine. On a Sunday morning, that's what that's for, you know, for those who go that route. But if you're not, like what we're doing now, it's paramount that pastors have to be able to teach. You will not be an effective pastor if you're not an effective teacher. You have to be one in order to be the other. Okay? So that's the fivefold: apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers. However, in every pastor, if you want to call it, there's a dominant gift. Okay, like my friend, I don't know if you know Eddie Rivas, came to the church a couple times, Faith Fellowship, Spanish guy, about my height. Okay, anyway, his dominant gift is prophetic. He can teach, he can preach, you know, and those types of things. He is apostolic because he has opened his own church and started a church, and now they, you know, they have their own building and so forth. They were in his basement a long time. But his dominant gift is prophetic. My dominant gift is the teacher. You know? Do I operate in the apostolic? Yes. Operate in the prophetic? Yes. Operate in the evangelist? Yes. Operate as a pastor? Obviously, because that's the shepherd part of me. But my dominant gift is to teach. You follow? And then you have others whose dominant gift is pastoral. You know, then you have others whose dominant gift is evangelism. Like, this is my opinion, Pastor Kyle Allen. His dominant gift is evangelism. That's what he does. You know, he comes on a Sunday morning, he'll spend the majority of his time not preaching and teaching like we do here, but the majority of his time he spends praying for people and laying on hands and that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Evangelic, that type of stuff. And when you come to revivals, this is what evangelists generally do. They have long prayer lines and they're laying hands on people and this and that and blah blah blah. And he, you know, he flows in the prophetic as well. But that's the fivefold ministry. Okay. Yeah. Anybody else?